Michael Blatherwick here from B3 Cricket. I'm joined by our overseas player and South African international player, Dane Paterson, who has been the overseas professional at Nottinghamshire County Cricket Club this season. Hi, Dane. How are you?
Hi, Michael. I'm good, thanks. And you?
Good. Yeah, great victory this week. You've been bowling really nicely.
Yeah, I have been. It's always a good way to win a 4-day game like that on the last day, especially on a hot, unusual hot UK summer, late summer's day. So yeah, it was a good win for the boys.
It was more like South African weather this week.
Yeah, it was. I think that's why I kept on going because it felt like home. Probably just told myself I've played in hotter weather than this, so just got to keep going.
Superb. We'll talk a little bit more about Nottinghamshire later, but I've got a few questions that I'd like to ask you. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, if I can fire away.
Okay, let's go for it. So, where were you born?
So I was born in Cape Town, a suburb called Bellville. I was born on the 4th of April, 1989. So yeah.
Well, that makes you 32.
32, yes.
And as we were talking earlier, as a bowler, you still feel you're learning and developing.
Yeah, I'm still developing, learning about my action, which is good. Never too old to learn some new tricks. Been working nicely with Kevin Shine, the bowling coach. He's been pushing me, doing gym work and obviously technical work and things like that. So I'm a bit of a laid-back character. So yeah. So there's a couple of stern words being shared, but it's always nice when you can sit down and have a beer after a good 4-day win and just speak about things. So yeah.
He's a stern taskmaster, is it?
He's a stern taskmaster, and if you follow what he asks you to do, he'll come around. And like I say, you can share a joke with him and things like that, and sit down and have a good chat. But yeah, when it comes to work, he's quite serious about his job.
Okay, as he should be, I guess.
Yeah.
So you're in your early 30s now, in the prime of your career, I guess. But tell us about your cricketing journey, where it all started and the journey you've had so far, briefly.
So yeah, it all started with playing schools cricket. Went through, I made Western Province under 13B, and then skipped a couple of years. Didn't make school teams under 14, under 15, or under 16, and then all of a sudden got chosen under 17 and under 19, and then from there played a couple of amateur games. Basically, it's like second team cricket over here.
Yeah. And
then got the opportunity to play franchise cricket at the Dolphins for 2 years. Graham Ford was still in charge over there, and then came back to Cape Town to play for the Cobras. That was 2013 when I came back, and then been playing there ever since until I signed the deal with Notts.
Interesting that you say that you played under 13 rep cricket, and then those years 14, 15, 16 you were dropped or didn't make the squad, but then came good and you were recognised at 17. I think there's a valuable lesson there, isn't there, for young players, not to get disheartened, and it's not always going to be a continuous journey. Sometimes people develop at different rates than other players.
Yeah, I think especially I had to work a bit harder because I went to a public schooling, whereas you have your best coaches in the private schools in Cape Town,
yeah.
and where So I just had to work a little bit harder, and I think I was also good in athletics and rugby too. So I think those two sports kept me going. So basically, and then when I started getting recognized, I started taking cricket seriously.
Do you have any childhood heroes and any players locally or internationally that inspired you?
Yeah, well, when I was young, I probably looked at Glenn McGrath and Sean Pollock. And then growing up, playing, obviously, shared a dressing room with Dale Steyn down when he used to play for the Cobras a bit. And I think like watching him, Charles Langeveld also played with him.
Okay.
Shared the dressing room with him. I basically also worked with him when he retired, and obviously worked with him up when I played for the Proteas also. My childhood heroes, I should say my hero, looking up and looking up to Dale Steyn and Charles Langeveld, and then walking into the dressing room and then just seeing, oh, well, here's a guy I looked up to, and basically share fields with him. So yeah, it's that I think I've enjoyed more that experience than basically watching Glenn McGrath or Sean Pollock, because at the end of the day, like just sharing a field with Charles Langeveld and Dale Steyn, just like your cult heroes are right in front of you here, and basically you just steal with the eye, see what they do, listen to them and things like that. So yeah.
Brilliant. And obviously you will have had many memorable days throughout your career so far, but if you had to pick one out, which would be your most memorable day on a cricket field?
Probably making my test debut against England. I think I don't know, there's something about that, there's something that red ball cricket like really attracts good things. Like I like bowling long spells and things like that. So I mean, I've made my T20 debuts and my ODI debuts. So, and they were special, but like to receive a test cap was just, that's like the pinnacle. So yeah, that's one of the memorable days.
So I'm guessing if you had to pick a single format to play, if you could only play one, it would be longer format red ball cricket?
Yeah, it would be longer format red ball cricket. It might sound crazy, but yeah, I think just spending time in the dirt with your mates and then having a beer at the end of the day, nothing beats that.
You've already mentioned some salubrious players that you looked up to, but in terms of people you've played with or against, who has been the most impressive or the most awesome players that you've played with or against?
Well, probably Ben Stokes. Watching him on TV and I think he scored 147 against us, but just to see the way he went about that innings was just like mind blowing, because basically I just got a front row seat that's 20 meters away from me. So bowling team and I just batted that day. So yeah, I think it would be him. Yeah, got to play against the likes of Dhoni and Hardik Pandya. So I mean, all those top players you just watched on TV, and then all of a sudden you have to bowl to them. So I think those three are actually definitely my top three.
And how does that affect you when you're at the end of your run up? Are you nervous? Are you excited, or do you manage to contain all of that?
Well, yeah, as a bowler, you have to contain all of that, because I mean, the pressure of international cricket is just you can't explain it, because obviously I was in and out, so every time you have to. I thought like, okay, I have to perform every time, because what if I don't get another opportunity? So I would have that type of pressure that I put on myself, and then I have the pressure of the game also. So I mean, I just had to suck it up, and then just thought to myself, I'm in a battle here, so I can't bail out or show any fear on my face. So I um just had to stick with it, and yeah, just it's like you say, just have to go to battle.
Yeah. Okay. On a less serious note, another question we've got here: who's been your funniest teammate?
Well, there's a couple of characters that I've been that I've shared a dressing room with. I know Rory Clanfeld and Dane Pete. We always used to be together, so we always used to have a lot of banter in the dressing room. Who else? Who else was there? KG Rapada. He's quite funny.
Okay.
Hashim Amla also has a great sense of humor.
About at Notts, anybody
yeah,
in the dressing room at Notts
yeah.
apart from Fletch?
Luke Fletcher is the biggest clown in the dressing room. I think it's actually he's actually a great team man.
Yeah.
To be
Brilliant.
fair,
The Bulwell bomber.
There's a lot of characters in the Notts dressing room. I think it's a bunch of lads that's a part of the team right now and the squad. Everybody has their funny moments. So yeah, we actually good bunch of lads.
Question. You've played at some amazing cricket grounds over the years. Again, if you had to pick one, which one stands out the most? Which one do you enjoy turning up to and playing at the most?
Well, I've spent probably 9 years at Newlands, and the novelty does not wear off of Table Mountain.
No, it's amazing, isn't
it? So I mean, it's a beautiful ground. So I mean, like, just thinking of that, just knowing like the sunset once it goes behind the mountain, then there's just something special about that ground. But I must say, not being too biased here, but Trent Bridge, all the history that's in the ground and around the ground, and what's like the players who's played there before and things like that. It's actually amazing to see and read, actually.
Any hobbies outside of cricket? You talked about other sports earlier as a young man, but what about hobbies?
Yeah, hobbies. Love playing golf.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of golfers here in Notts, so that's a plus. But I mean, like, watching the series, you'll find me on a Saturday, especially when the Premier League is on. I'd be wedged on my couch for the whole day, just watching that. Formula One, crazy fan also. So yeah, I'm quite a laid back guy. So you won't probably see me going on hikes and things like that.
Okay.
So
okay.
So yeah, so wherever I can find downtime where I can relax and just break away from cricket, that's where you find me.
Okay, brilliant. And one final question: what's the best advice you've ever received in regards to your cricket?
It's actually a tough one, because you receive a lot of advice.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
On from a lot of people, but I think I took my own advice where where I told myself that I should stop trying to please other people, and just like do your best, because you never know when. I mean, a cricketer's career could be short due to injuries and things like that. But since I've said that not to impress other people, I've just enjoyed my game so immensely. I think if I can give any advice, it's just to work hard and just enjoy every challenge that gets thrown at you. And since every challenge has been thrown at me, I've just been enjoying it and just been giving 100% effort to it. So yeah, that's my advice that I can give to.
Yeah, that's fantastic advice for any player, young or old, professional or club. Yeah, you got to enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, don't do it, I suppose.
Don't do it. Correct again.
Find something else.
Correct.
No, perfect. Listen, it's been a pleasure to get you on board with Team B3. So happy that you've done so well with Notts, because obviously it's my home county, and red ball wise, we've turned the corner this year, and you've played your part in that. Hopefully you'll come back next year. I know there are discussions underway. What's the plan for the winter? Back home to South Africa?
So I'm going to play franchise cricket in Port Elizabeth.
Okay.
So yeah, so just to keep the body ticking, so I don't sit and do nothing for 6 months, and then all of a sudden before if I have to come back or things like that, I might be a Oompa Loompa before I come back, and then I have to catch up on fitness and that. And I'm trying to play it very wisely now at 32, where you got to save more energy now and things like that. So yeah, I'll be playing cricket over in franchise cricket over in PE. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Fantastic. Well, winter well, and we'll stay in touch. Obviously, you've got a couple more championship matches to go, and hopefully, Notts will win their division and progress in that. And also, we're going to sit down with you hopefully before you do return to South Africa and do a bit of a bowling masterclass in the indoor nets, if that's okay. Yeah, we could do that. I'd like to pick your brains and nick a few ideas that we can pass on to B3 players. Yeah, that would be perfect. I'd like that actually. Dane, absolute pleasure. I'll see you soon. Thank you. Cheers. Thanks, Michael. Cheers, mate.